Hey YouTube, what's going on? John here, and this is my review of the Ridgid Jobsite Radio. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to talk about is the outside construction of this radio. As you can see here in this picture, this has a shock mount armor design, which actually means these plastic plates on top and bottom that are held together by the cylinders on the side are used to protect the radio from, falling off a table, falling off, a ladder if that's where you have it, and protecting it from maybe a 2x4 falling on top of it. Ridgid actually made a video, which I'll post an annotation at the end of this video to it, where they actually threw cinder blocks on top of this radio. They threw 2x4s, they dropped it from the top of a ladder, and they actually dropped it from the top of a water tower, all with an iPod inside of it. And at the end of all these tests, it still worked, and the iPod was perfectly fine. And I do remember they actually ran it over with a truck too. So I didn't do any kind of test like that. I did, I took a baseball bat and hit it a little bit, but it seemed to work perfectly fine after doing that, and even during doing that, it didn't seem to skip at all. So the construction of the shock mount armor design works very well for being in a tough condition here. And also in this picture you can see where it says Ridgid there in the front. This is where you stick your iPhone, your iPod, and this does work with most of the iPod and iPhone models, so you'll have to test that out with yours to make sure it works before you buy it. But I tested it with the iPhone 4 and it seemed to work fine with that one. So, but this is where you stick your iPod, your iPhone right here, and then you close this, and it has this little protective foam protection there, so you won't have any problems with that getting scratched up at all there. So, and then on the back of the radio here, you see Ridgid again, and this is where this flap comes down. This is where you stick the battery for this, because this runs either over 120 volts or on this 18-volt lithium-ion battery. And you see here the battery here with the charger. This battery I tested lasted 10 hours, so that was a good length of use that it lasted. And it takes about an hour to charge it up, so it's not bad there either. And then on the side of the radio here, you have a little holster, or whatever you want to call it, for your remote control. This remote control will work up to 25 feet away. You can control your iPod, your iPhone, or just the radio function from this controller up to 25 feet away. And you can also control your volume and your iPhone, iPod, or any other thing that you can control right from this control panel up on the top of the radio. You can have 5 presets for the radio set. You can change your mode to the radio, the iPhone. So you can do all that from this control panel or from the remote, and the remote works up to 25 feet away, like I said. And then here's another look at the radio with my iPhone 4 in it. You can see it holds it really snug in place in there. And this will also work with other MP3 players via the auxiliary port that you can see there behind my iPhone. And so you can use other MP3 players for it. Now, as far as the sound quality, it's not going to be sound quality of a Bose. It's definitely decent sound quality. It's playable for the job site, which works really well out there, and I think that's mainly what this is going to be meant for, is the job site. You're not going to want this for in-home use at all. Maybe out in the garage if you think it's worth the price. But job site, I can see this being used camping, which probably what I'll be using it for. So, but the price point on this radio is $149.99. And then as far as the battery is $69.99, and the charger for the battery is $49.99. So the battery and the charger seem to me to be a little pricey compared to the actual radio itself. You're almost spending as much for the battery and the charger as you are for the whole radio itself. So I don't find the radio be overly expensive. I find the battery and the charger be overly expensive. So at $149.99, I find this to be a good investment if you're looking for something in the garage to play your music on your iPod from, or if you're looking for something on the job site. So if you have any comments or questions, leave those down below. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe so you can be notified of all my new videos when they're uploaded, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.